Who said is the last? I didn't say it.
Consideration of report of Powers and Privileges Committee on allegations of conduct constituting contempt of Parliament by members of National Assembly during State of the Nation address on 9 February 2023.
Thank you. I will ask the secretary of that committee, Honorable Swela, to introduce the report.
Honorable House Chairperson, honorable members, the Powers and Privileges Committee investigated allegations of contempt of Parliament by members of the National Assembly during the State of the Nation address on the 9th February 2023. As requested by the Speaker on the 7th September 2023, the incident involved members disobeying the Speaker's authority and disrupting a joint sitting of Parliament. The affected members were Mr. Julius Malema, Honorable N.F. Shivambu, Honorable M. Dlamini, Honorable N.Q. Ndlozi, Honorable S. Tambo, and Honorable V. Pambo. In terms of Assembly Rule 214, the committee must handle contempt matters and report its findings.
Objection.
If a member is found guilty of contempt of misconduct, the committee must recommend appropriate penalty.
Honorable Sewena, please take a seat. There's a point of order.
Chairperson, point of order is that Honorable Suela referred to the president of the EFF as Mr. Sello Malema. Didn't mention honorable. So it's honorable, like the others you've mentioned.
He is Mr.
Honorable members, please do me a favor.
We must just relax.
I did not even hear what the member is saying. Honorable Suela. Honorable Suela, could you please take your seat again? Honorable member, I did not hear what you were saying. Honorable Mkwebane, could you please repeat what your point of order?
I'm saying I heard her saying Sello Malema. So I was saying if he can address Mr. Sello Malema, Julius Malema, or Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Are you cloning?
Honorable members, it is a requirement that whenever we address members, we address them as Mr. or Honorable. That's what should happen. Honorable Suela, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairperson. I said Mr. Malema. So I can evenly say Honorable Malema because he's an honorable member. On the 26th September 2023, the committee appointed Advocate Anton Katz, a senior counsel, as the initiator for the hearings. The affected members were informed that they could be assisted by a fellow member or request legal representation from a non-member, but it will be at their cost. Notices of hearing and charges against the affected members were served on the 7th November 2023, with the hearing scheduled for 20 to 22nd November. Members were notified that they could give an explanation, either oral or in writing, with written explanation due by 16 November 2023. Each member was charged with a single charge of contempt of Parliament. The attorneys of the affected members applied for a postponement of the hearing on the 18th of November 2023. Advocate Tembeka Ngwagaitobi, senior counsel, representing the affected members, argument that the committee should appoint an independent chairperson to conduct a fact-finding inquiry and refer the matter to the committee for its final dissemination. The committee could not agree with the postponement application. The initiator on behalf of the committee charged the 6 affected members with contempt of Parliament, and as the chairperson, I entered a plea of not guilty in their absence. The secretary to the National Assembly, Mr. Kaso, was the only witness called to give evidence. Honorable members, having engaged with the evidence represented by the initiator, the committee finds the evidence presented persuasive in terms of the arguments and the evidence put forward. The initiator submitted that the affected members warranted a penalty that was sufficiently serious. To this end, he recommended that the penalty set out in section 12G of the Act would be appropriate. The initiator submitted that another appropriate penalty for the 6 affected members would be an order to apologize in person and physically in the House to the President, the Speaker, and the people of South Africa in terms of section 12, subsection 5C of the Act. The committee found the submission of the initiator persuasive and reached consensus that the members must be ordered to apologize as spelled out by the initiator in 5. With respect to the penalty of suspension without renomination, the committee agreed by consensus that the suspension must be for 30 days, starting from the 1st to the 29th February 2024, instead of the 10 days proposed by the initiator. The committee recommends that the National Assembly impose the following penalties with respect to the 6 affected members in order to apologize in person in the House to the President, the Speaker, and the public of South Africa. Suspension of the members without remuneration for a period of 30 days, whether or not the House and on its committee is scheduled to meet during that period, starting from the 1st to 29 February 2020, as set out in section 12, subsection 5G. Read with section 12G of the Act. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Can I inform you, this is a reminder actually, that Rule 82 says, in the House and in many plenary sessions, members must refer to one another in respectful terms. And I think Honorable Suela recognizes that, and she did that. I now recognize the Honorable the Chief Whip of the Majority Party.
Thank you very much, Honorable House Chairperson. I move that the report be adopted. Thank you.
I will now recognize political parties wishing to make a declaration. The usual times will apply. The DA.
Chairperson, rights come with responsibility. Our rights are not unfettered. A person or group's rights do not automatically supersede that of another person or group. And this is equally so for members of parliament and political parties. And that is why we have a Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act. The Act does not only protect certain members' rights and privileges, but all members' rights and privileges. And the immunities provided are also not absolute, but have limitations. Section 7 of the Act is quite clear on what acts are prohibited in respect of Parliament and its members. In brief, it refers to the prohibition of acts that would improperly interfere or impede with the exercise or performance by Parliament or a House or committee or a member in exercising his or her functions as a member. It prohibits the obstruction or any threat of a member of his functions as a member, and it prohibits any act to create or take part in any disturbance within the precincts of Parliament, and it prohibits a refusal to comply with an instruction by a duly authorized person. Now, the Powers and Privileges Committee met and found the 6 members of the EFF guilty in terms of the Act after due process, and resolved on the sanctions that have to be supported or rejected by this House. Chairperson, any member of parliament has a right to attend the SONA and to hold the president to account, but it is not the special right of only one party. The disruption of SONA impedes and interferes with the rights of all other members who enjoy that right. How many SONAs have been disrupted by the EFF since 2014? 2023 was not an isolated event.
Honorable member, excuse me. Honorable Pausen, please. You're shouting at the top of your voice. I'm just saying, don't forget yourself as you shout on top of your voice.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, please do proceed, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Chair. 2023 was not an isolated event, but a regular occurrence where the rights of other members of parliament are trampled on, citizens of the country denied the right to listen to the SONA address, and all because one party believes their rights trump everyone else's. Chairperson, the DA supports the report and the sanction, but the sad part of all of this, the reality is that most probably at SONA 2024, all of us and the public will once again be exposed to the same tired spectacle of desperation by the EFF. We support the report. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are the one who's desperate, Mos.
The EFF is the next party. The EFF, please. Yes, Honorable Tawini.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, House Chair. House Chairperson, the EFF rejects the report of the Powers and Privileges Committee into the baseless and irrational allegations of the so-called conduct constituting contempt against the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters, the Deputy President, Secretary General, and the Commissars. And we have approached the court for the matter to be heard on an urgent basis. The so-called contempt of Parliament was nothing but a peaceful protest. We are for peaceful protest because in all our activism, we protect without engaging in violence. Since our formation as the EFF in 2013, we have always held protests peacefully. It is called peaceful protest because we do not engage in any act that is deemed violent. The president of the EFF had both his hands visibly raised, holding a placard, and simply expressing disapproval. There is no rationale and any rational person who can view this act as an act of violence. We have to accept that from time to time, Parliament will become a platform for peaceful protest, the highest political platform one can lead and protest to express disapproval, discontent, and rejection of the status quo. If anything, the manner in which armed police charged towards democratically elected members of Parliament with guns inside the sitting of Parliament was the violence we should all be scared of and we should all be talking about today. The fact that this is done to protect Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa from accountability when the former Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo said, Mr. Ramaphosa must explain the dollars found inside his sofas and mattress at his farm in Palapala is even more troubling that members of Parliament find it very much comfortable and secured with the corruption that Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa is allegedly involved in. The ANC is abusing its majority in this house the same way it did when it protected Mr. Zuma and had to be called out by the Constitutional Court that it failed to hold the executive accountable and was complicit in the state capture and mismanagement of state resources. History is repeating itself today. The ANC does not want Mr. Ramaphosa to be held accountable by Parliament for pala. Instead, they are abusing committee processes, rushing to adopt irrational and nonsensical reports. We shall meet at court, and this continuous persecution of EFF leaders and members is as a result of shielding thieving and the thieves that have been not held accountable by Parliament. The ANC leaders will always be held accountable by the EFF. Every SONA is going to be disrupted for as long as no one is held accountable, for as long as the pala matter is not resolved, for as long as we have not found the source of the money that was found in the pala farm. We are going to heed the call that was made by Judge Sandelengo to say this matter must be investigated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. IFP.
Thank you, Honorable House Chairperson. We cannot afford any room for the sanctity of this House to be trampled on. As leaders in our country, we want to be respected and we want our authority to carry weight. Therefore, we cannot be seen disrespecting the very institution that we want South Africans to hold in high regard. I rise to express the stance of the IFP on the recent actions taken by the Powers and Privileges Committee, of which I am a member. The committee, after affording the accused members ample opportunity for explanation and defense, has sanctioned 6 members of the Economic Freedom Fighters for contravening the Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act. Unfortunately, we have gotten to a point where we need to make example of those who choose to make a mockery of our political mandate to serve this country. In our society, criminal elements are roaming around streets, causing disarray and furthering lawlessness. And every day we publicly criticize the police's inability to bring these criminals to justice. It is with this in mind that we must unapologetically call out anyone that displays lawlessness.
Honorable Majosi. Why are you rising, Honorable Member?
Yeah, can I rise on a point of privilege? Because I need to understand what is
which rule. Which rule is
action.
that?
What is criminal about this action?
Hey, when I'm saying, man, wasting our time, la.
Chairperson.
Sangano must fall.
Sangano
must fall.
Keep quiet, Tunusa. Keep quiet, Tunusa.
Sangano must fall.
On which point is he rising? He can't matter. Without saying which point is he rising on.
Control your house.
How do you say you are mad?
Which rule? Which rule?
How does Hlengwa say?
Please mute the Honorable Hlengwa and the Honorable Modise. Could you please remove them from the platform? Honorable Member, go ahead with your objection.
Thank you, Chair. I need to understand I'm new to this House. So I wanted to know what is the point of, what is criminal?
Honorable Member. Honorable Member. Honorable Member, please address me.
Say again, sir?
Please address me. You're supposed to address me.
I apologize.
And from your objection, from your point of order.
Yes, I apologize.
I find nothing unprocedural.
I want to understand what is criminal about this action. Because we're creating a perception here that a criminal act has been committed.
Honorable Member, can I address that after she has spoken here?
Yeah, but a new member can't just speak, Chairperson. No.
ICT, I have requested that the Honorable Modise be muted.
No. Bangiphi off.
Honorable Mentor, are you rising on a point of order?
Yes, Chair. I'm rising on a point of order. Please rule, Chair, and the member on the podium must withdraw. She says the members that are affected by this report are criminals.
Honorable Mentor, I have said I will make a ruling after this member has done her part. I will make a ruling on it. Honorable Ntawini.
Thank you very much, House Chair. House Chair, it's very disappointing that one member gets to disrupt this house the whole from morning till now. And all of you chairpersons, we had in 3 chairpersons, and they are failing to rule on this specific member that keep on interjecting, and you are just saying he must be muted. That's one. That member must withdraw, and she must withdraw it while she's still there. That to state that members of parliament are criminals and the incoming president is a criminal. She must withdraw because she must withdraw it. She can't say members of parliament are criminals.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
Criminals.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
That side of the house, not this side.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Honorable Ntawini. Honorable Majosi. Did you say these members are criminals?
No. I can repeat, Chairperson. Listening is a skill, is not
Honorable
inherited.
Majosi.
You don't get it from a week that you are left.
Honorable Majosi.
So I can repeat.
Yeah, no, don't have to repeat. I'm asking you.
Honorable Chairperson, I have my hand up.
You did. Did you say it?
I did not say that.
Okay, fine. If you did not say it, I'll make a follow-up and make a ruling. I'll make a follow-up once we've listened to the answer.
Should I
go? Or you can proceed.
And every day we publicly criticize the police's inability to bring these criminals to justice. It is with this in mind that we must unapologetically call out anyone that displays lawlessness regardless of who they are and what position they occupy.
Honorable Majority.
On a point of order, Chair.
There's a point of order from the Honorable Mkalipi. Honorable Mkalipi.
Please.
No, Chair, I'll allow the chairperson, the national chairperson to come. Thanks.
Honorable Singh, your hand was up. Honorable Singh.
Honorable Chairperson.
Hey.
Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Singh?
Chairperson, my point of order is that you indicated to the House that you will make a ruling after listening to the member and listening and reading Hansard. I don't think you should be cajoled now into trying to make a ruling when you still have to listen. And the member is quite clear. The member has not called anybody a criminal. It's absolutely abundantly clear that she has not done that. And I think she is being unnecessarily harassed by members of the House in that regard.
Thank you, Honorable Singh. It is for that reason I wanted to check with the member whether she did say that or not. And she definitely put it very clear that she did not. However, I'm still at liberty to go to Hansard and Chair and come back with a feedback on this matter. That does not militate against her continuing with her speech until she's finished.
Chairperson, can
I was going to call the Honorable Bongo because he also had his hand up. Honorable Bongo, can I hear you?
But Chair, you asked me if I have a point of order. I said, let me allow my chairperson, national chair, and you don't allow her.
Honorable Mkhalipi, I did not see the hand of the Honorable Mente, but at the moment I'm requesting Honorable Bongo to make his point.
No, Chair, my hand was not up.
Okay. Honorable Mente.
Chair, you ruled that you will go and listen to Hansard. The member continues with her speech, and she continues to say in relation to police and what was happening on the day that we cannot continue lawlessness. We cannot allow lawlessness to continue in the house by criminals. And now we must still say we must go to Hansard. She must withdraw.
Chairperson, the national chairperson is correct that this
Honorable, is that honorable? Honorable members, please.
Chairperson, my hand is up,
indeed.
Chairperson.
Wait, honorable member Ubanelo.
It's Honorable Teza, Chairperson.
No.
He's then not recognized.
I'm busy making a ruling. I will give you a chance. I'll give you a chance.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable members, I really don't think we need to be doing this all the time. I have made a ruling on this matter, and I want the member to continue to proceed with the speech. I have made a ruling. I'll definitely come back with a feedback on it. So I don't have to repeat that, honestly. Honorable Majosi.
Chairperson.
Okay, sorry, Honorable Teza, what's your point of order?
Chairperson, I implore you that I remind the House about Chapter 2 of the Constitution of this country that says that in Section 17, everyone has a right to peacefully and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions. This member insinuating
Honorable Teza,
her taking a platform and insinuating that it is criminal, whereas the Constitution...
Chairperson, that is a point of debate.
No, Honorable
It's wrong. It must be ruled.
Point of order, Chair.
Why is he replying to her speech, Chairperson?
Point of order, Chair.
And why do you feel pains to can respond when you are not spoken to by the chairperson?
If you go on like this, I'm going to mute your mic. I'm going to ask the ICT to mute your mic. Please, don't do that. And you know that you're not supposed to do that. Honorable Deputy Chief Whip of the ANC.
Thank you very much, Honorable House Chairperson. On a point of procedure, I think we should proceed with the debate. So protect our rights as well, Honorable Chairperson, that we've been sitting the whole day here in the House. So the item on the order paper now is the declarations on the report of the powers and privileges. We cannot have members of Parliament disrupting this sitting at this stage. So if they had an issue, they should have part of the proceedings of the hearing of this matter. Honorable House Chairperson, please, can we proceed?
Thank you very
Those who want
much.
to disrupt must be muted or kicked out of this house. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Point taken, Honorable Member. Honorable members, can we proceed on this matter? And thank you very much. I will not allow any kind of behavior again. Honorable Majosi, please do your part.
Thank you, Honorable House Chairperson. The IFP family supports the sanctions imposed by the committee, reinforcing the principle that accountability and adherence to regulations are paramount of such smooth functioning of our legislative processes. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I will indeed revisit the Hansard and come back with their feedback tomorrow. So we don't have to entertain anything. Okay. The Honorable Member, you can take the platform.
Honorable Chair, I want to say that the Freedom Front Plus supports the report, the full report. But I also want to say, this is too little, too late. We've heard in this debate how many times disruptions took place in sittings. And Honorable Chair, whether we like it or not, the impression created by these sanctions and this report is that the governing party, because of the fact that it was disrupted where the president is involved, that suddenly action must be taken. We must be honest towards ourselves. Why make such double standards and have such double standards? I want to say, and my message to the honorable members of the EFF, and specifically to their leader, which I call the Commander-in-Chief, the Honorable Malema. Honorable Chair, you refer to him as a Commander-in-Chief. Now I want to say to the Honorable Malema, a Commander-in-Chief protects its members by ensuring that they are disciplined, that their actions,
but you can't be told by you,
listen carefully, that they comply to discipline and the rules of discipline.
Order, point, Chairperson.
I see two hands from the EFF.
Hand is up.
Honorable Member, could you please take your seat? Honorable members from the EFF, whose point of order is it? Okay, Honorable Member, go ahead.
Chair, we agree with the Deputy Whip of the majority party.
Honorable Member, please. Please. We are past that.
No, I come to
There's
a point.
a member on the platform delivering a speech.
I submit a point of order.
No, not now. Not now.
I rise on Rule 31, Chairman, on the point of privilege.
Honorable Member, please. Would you please take your seat? Honorable Member, could you please proceed?
My advice, Honorable Chair, is that if you're a real Commander-in-Chief, then you must ensure that your members are disciplined and you must set that example.
On a point of order, Chair.
Honorable.
On a point of order, Chair.
Honorable Manya.
Chairperson, we're rising on a point of order here because the member on the podium is basically saying members of the EFF are not disciplined. We object to that. You must withdraw that.
Honorable Manya. Honorable Manya, please. There's nothing unprocedural here. And there's no,
thank you, Honorable Chair.
Let
me point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair.
Let
Point
me
of order,
answer
Chair.
you. I can
Point
see
of
you're
order,
a
Chair.
newcomer here. This
Chair,
whole
point of
sanction
order.
is about
Honorable
discipline
My hands
and
have been up.
actions from members of the EFF.
Honorable Runabout. Honorable Ntangwini.
Thank you very much, House Chair. First of all, House Chair, let me just state it to the member on the podium that we'll never take advice from a guy that have led an apartheid army.
Come on.
So we have no right to give the commander-in-chief
member.
advice, and we'll never take advice from him. And
Honorable
secondly, we have no
Ntangwini,
right to
please.
call our members.
Honorable Ntangwini. Honorable members, can I take this moment now? Honorable members, can I take this moment now? I wish to remind you of the provisions of Rule 92, which deals with points of order. Specifically, Rule 92(9), which provides that members may not disrupt proceedings by raising points of order that do not comply with this rule. I've listened to and ruled on numerous points of order, most of which do not comply with Rule 92, and are therefore not valid points of order, being spurious. Honorable members, raising spurious points of order or points of order that have already been ruled upon is an abuse of the rules and members' privileges of freedom of speech. Persisting in raising points of order, honorable members, that do not comply with this rule may be regarded as an attempt by a member or members to disrupt the proceedings. Please don't try. I'm making a ruling, Honorable Manye. In this regard, I wish to remind honorable members of the judgment in the matter of Democratic Alliance versus the Speaker of the National Assembly and others, where the Constitutional Court ruled that the privilege of freedom of speech can never go as far as to give members a license to disrupt the proceedings of Parliament that may be hamstrung and incapacitated from conducting its business, which is exactly what is happening now. Honorable members, we will now proceed with the business of the day, and we have to proceed. So please, there's a member on the platform. Give him an opportunity to present his case.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. It is quite surprisingly because I've heard a couple of times today that members jumped up and said, but you must refer to honorable members. We are quick to say that we are honorable members in this house, and we want to protect the decorum of this house. Honorable Chair, then at least we must act as honorable members. And you must ask yourself, what example are you giving the people of South Africa? Lastly, Honorable Chair, I didn't expect the EFF to take my advice. And the reason is quite simple.
Chair, can you please protect us?
Because you don't have a commander-in-chief,
Please,
you only
Chair,
have
this
a
is
Mickey
so wrong.
Mouse commander-in-chief. That is what it is. I thank you.
Thank
House
you,
Chair.
honorable member.
House Chair.
Honorable members, I have said I am not longer going to entertain this.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot do
Can
that.
I-
You cannot do that.
Can I go ahead by saying Rule 92 provides that the presiding officer's ruling on a point of order is final and binding
and may not be challenged or questioned in the House. A member who is aggrieved by a presiding officer's ruling on a point of order may subsequently, in writing to the Speaker, request that the principle of subject matter of the ruling be referred to the Rules Committee. You've got that liberty. I therefore urge honorable members not to challenge or question my ruling at the moment in the House, but to use the relevant structures and remedies provided for in the rules. Shall we proceed, honorable members? ACDP?
Can I raise on a point of privilege?
House Chair, the ACDP supports the report and the sanctions recommended. We, like other MPs and guests and the public watching SONA, were shocked at what can only be said was a storming of the stage. We believe that a strong message must be sent and that such conduct will not be tolerated. This is, in our view, necessary to protect the decorum of the House and to ensure that the rights of us as other MPs to participate in SONA, to hear the President and to hold him to account are not infringed upon. I thank you, House Chairman.
Thank you, honorable member. UDM?